Hi and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a video that I never thought I would be uploading on my channel, and if I could choose, it's not something that I wish that I ever had to share on my channel, but also I feel like I wanted to share an honest update of what's been going on. So here we are. Before getting started, there are two things that I wanted to share. One is that it's a very sunny day but also very cloudy, so it's like something in between, and the sun keeps coming in and out, so the light might change in the video. Don't worry about it. It's normal. It's fine. And the second thing that I wanted to say is that I have not scripted this video in any way or form. I don't have any bullet points or anything. I wanted it to be very honest and raw and really to share what's in my heart. So bear with me if it gets long or messy or something like that. So if you've been following my channel here on YouTube, you've probably seen that I haven't uploaded a new video in almost 2 months now. And if you follow me on Instagram as well, you've probably seen that I have not been that active over there as well. I shared this post a few weeks ago saying that there was something going on in my life, something with a family member going through some health issues, and that's the reason why I've been kind of MIA. And that post was vague because at the time I didn't feel ready to share more about everything going on. And now that some days and weeks have passed, I feel like I'm more ready to talk more about this. And maybe you're thinking, why are you even posting this video on this channel, such a small channel with 3,000 subscribers? And the reason why I'm doing this is because if and when I talk more about this on my Instagram account, where I know I have a larger audience, I know that people on Instagram are not thinking about like reading a super long caption or watching a video that's like 10 minutes long. Same with stories. So I would like to think of this video as a place where I share the whole story or the story with as much as I feel comfortable with. And if anyone wants to know more of what's been going on or to hear more from me, they can always come back to this video and to this longer and more detailed update. So someone in my close family was admitted to the hospital at the end of last year, a few days after Christmas and before New Year's. Initially, we thought it was some kind of abdominal issue, some kind of kidney issue. That was what the doctors were saying. But unfortunately, after a surgery on January 25, the diagnosis changed from some kind of kidney issue to cancer. So it's been 2 months now. I'm filming this on March 25. So I have been like sitting with this information and with this knowledge in a way for 2 months, and I have not felt comfortable to share this on any of my accounts for many reasons. First of all, I am the person behind those accounts, and no one in my family did sign up for this, so I don't feel it's fair to share their medical issues on the internet when they didn't sign up for that. So that is like one reason, and the reason why I'm not saying exactly what's been going on and what kind of diagnosis it is and what kind of cancer or anything like that. But also at the same time, I have such a hard time being vulnerable and sharing what I'm going through and sharing the low points in life. It's not that I always want to be happy and seem like a happy person, because that's not me, but I don't want people feeling sorry for me. That's always been the way I've been for many years. And even though I wanted to share this because I feel like there's a lot to learn from this, and because there's a community here that I know has always been supportive of me and my decisions and the changes in my life and my struggles, I still felt so vulnerable sharing this and basically putting words to something as serious as one of your loved ones going through cancer. So that's why it's taken me a while to actually film this video and to come forward with this. And at one point I didn't know if I would have the courage to speak about this and to actually film this video. I haven't haven't actually sat down to film a YouTube video in over 2 months. Since I got this news, I hadn't been able to turn on the camera to sit down to record. The 2 videos that I posted this year were videos that I had recorded before January 25. It's hard to explain, and I'll talk more about that in a minute, but I really couldn't do it. And it's taken me 2 months to finally be able to be here and to talk to a camera and to talk about this. And I'm even doing this video with my small camera just because it feels less scary in a way. I'm not like using like a big light or like a big DSLR that feels like too much right now. So this person in my family, they got officially like diagnosed with cancer at the end of January. Fortunately, they are now receiving care and going through chemotherapy to fight this cancer. It's a very rare form of cancer, but the good news I would say is that they are in the best hands with the best doctors and nurses available in Argentina. And at one point, that's like the best that you can wish for. I traveled to Argentina at the end of January and then again at the beginning of March to be with my family, to work things out, to help solve some issues, to just be with the people that I love and to be there. But we're still going through this. Basically, the chemotherapy is not over and I'll probably be a long time for more chemo sessions and then more tests, more scans to see how everything's going, and then probably more chemo, maybe a surgery. It's still TBD in so many ways, but also, as I said earlier, I don't feel like it's 100% my place to be sharing this story, at least right now. I am sharing as much as I feel comfortable with and as much as I can without exposing someone else's story and medical history on the internet, at least without their express consent. What I'm trying to do with this video is share a bit of how I'm doing in a way and how this has affected my life, because this is like my channel and my accounts and all that. So there's like a few things that I wanted to talk about and share. First of all, that if you or any of your loved ones has ever gone through a cancer diagnosis, my heart really goes out to you and to your loved ones, because it's seriously such an awful thing and something that really disrupts your world as a whole. I feel like so many times when someone has asked me in real life or on social media, like, how are you in the past few years? I've always said I'm healthy and my family is healthy, so everything's okay. Everything else is temporary. Like, money comes and goes, jobs come and go. Sometimes you're doing better in terms of, I don't know, your physical aptitude or so many other things. But if you're healthy, then everything is okay. I think I started talking a lot more about this during and after COVID, because I think I realized how important being healthy is and how it's something that we don't really realize how much it matters until we don't have that anymore. So if you have ever been through this, I don't think I understood what a cancer diagnosis meant until 2 months ago. It's like something that you wish never ever happens to you, and then when it does, it just breaks your heart and basically breaks your world, or the world as you knew it before that. It's like a life before and after this diagnosis. So that's like one thing that I wanted to share. The second thing that I wanted to share is that if you have ever gone through this and you have managed to still live life as normal as possible and go to work and show up for everything in your life, I truly, truly admire you, because I've had such a hard time trying to do business as usual. For the first month since the end of December until January 25th, when this person was admitted to the hospital, everything was still like up in the air and we really didn't know what was going on. So I was pretty much doing things as usual because I was not that worried, or I thought that everything would work out in the end and everything would be okay. But since then, since January the 25th, it's like even the smallest things in my life have become so much harder, and that's basically one of the reasons why I haven't been able to like just sit down and film a video. And sometimes it's like you're just trying to survive and get through with your day and just do the basics, like very survival mode. So that's why I say that if you have managed to go back to an office, to go to school, to show up for the people in your life, even when you have a loved one that's going through a super hard illness like a cancer or some other thing. I truly do admire you because it's way harder than I ever thought it could be. And it just sucks. And if you have other people in your life that rely on you and other people in your life that need you in any way or form, you still need to show up for them and you still need to be there. And if you have a job, you still need to do your best even when you're like crumbling on the inside. So it's not easy. So again, I am thinking of you if you're going through this or if you have ever gone through this, because it's probably one of the hardest things that I've ever experienced in life, which in a way it's like, oh, you're lucky. That's like the hardest you've ever experienced in your 37 years of life. That's like, wow, that's great. Because I know that some people have it way, way harder, which leads me to my third point, which is like, you never really know what someone's going through unless you know them really, really well. I talked a bit about this on the Instagram post that I mentioned earlier. But yeah, I have shared this about this diagnosis and the person in my family who's going through this with just a handful of people here in New York and in Argentina, just because of everything that I said earlier about how I feel and what I want to share and my feelings about sharing something like this. So I could also guess that someone else that I know or that is an acquaintance is maybe going through a really hard time in their lives and I just don't know about it, which is a great reminder to always be nice and be kind, because you don't really know what someone is going through unless you really know them, and even then maybe you don't know what that person is going through. So what I want to say with all of this is that I really don't know what comes next, not only in terms of this cancer diagnosis and this person in my life that I love so much, but also in terms of me and this year. And I had so many projects and ideas and things that I wanted to do and accomplish this year. If you watch my last video, you know that I had this huge list of goals and things that I wanted to work on this year. And now I feel like all that has hit pause and I'm just trying to get by and to survive every day, which is not great, of course, but maybe if you've been through this, you know what it's like. And I wanted to be honest and share what's been going on and why I've been kind of MIA and what exactly has been going on in my life, in the hopes of always being honest and being transparent, even if it takes me a while to process stuff and to share things in my life. I also wanted to extend this hug and send love to anyone going through a situation just like this one or anything similar. If you or a loved one have gone through a cancer diagnosis or through chemotherapy, my heart really goes out to you, and anything that you want to share that you feel comfortable enough to share with me in the comments or through a DM, feel free to do that if you want. If you feel like that might help you, maybe sharing something, or that you feel could help me, I really appreciate that. Also, again, if you have gone through this and you have any tips on how to basically move forward with the rest of your life when this huge thing is going on, also let me know. I am, of course, looking into therapy because I feel like it's important that I go through therapy in a time like this. So that is, of course, something on my list. But if there's anything else that might have helped you, of course, let me know. And in terms of my channel here and my content on Instagram and elsewhere, what I can say is that I will try to show up in the best possible way in the future when it comes to this channel and all the content that I create. And that is ultimately my job and what I do for a living and what I'm supposed to do. I feel like this is probably a longer video that I expected it to be, and if you have watched it till the end, I really appreciate it and I'm so thankful for that. And I'm sorry if I was rambling for a bit and maybe I did not get quite to the point. I really try to do my best and to explain what's been going on in the best possible way. I really hope that the next video that you see over here is more of the usual blogs or book recommendations or something a bit happier better and a bit more normal. Anyway, I don't think I'm forgetting anything of what I wanted to say. Maybe bullet points could have helped. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for being so kind for the past 2 months, because no one has really pressured me into posting a new video or into posting much on Instagram, and everyone in my comments and my DMs has been really kind and nice and helpful. So thank you so much for that, and I send you lots of love and hope that you are having a happy and healthy 2025 so far. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.